some Helen Hunt.
What the fuck? That's
She's
the
a
name
good
of this
actress.
episode. I love me some Helen Hunt.
Yeah, I always end up doing this when I.
We never know how to start it, so should we just do it like mute? Like,
It always starts with us saying, "We don't know how to start this."
How about we interview you?
We
Ooh.
have
Start
had
talking
that
to this
happen.
Why
turn the
you guys
questions
in
around
here?
to this.
Well, this
Why do
is
you live here?
So it looks like you guys asked this question. Shit. Yeah. That's so good.
Well, let's just get into it then.
Let's do it.
dive in.
We'll just introduce yourself, your name, and instrument you play.
Where? Oh, I'm Lo. I sing and I play guitar.
I'm Ellie, and I play drums.
My name is Daniel, and I play the keys.
I'm Gotti and I play guitar.
Y'all are.
Sunbuzzed.
Love it.
Where did the name come from?
From one of these.
We
Yeah,
had a
dry
big
erase board.
whiteboard.
Oh wow.
Wait,
very
whiteboard.
We have a whiteboard, yeah.
Lots of names. We had a general theme.
We literally met up at a, yeah, we're like, let's meet tonight, and we had a whiteboard.
It was a long process.
Ellie had her marker, and we put it all on the whiteboard and
A
eliminated.
bunch of names.
Yeah.
Process of elimination is honestly
Yeah.
the best.
It's which one did we hate the least?
The one we wanted to be the Ooze, I remember, but
Oh
then
my
there's,
gosh, that's so
there's
funny.
a metal band from
Like a
Italy.
Norwegian?
No, it was
really?
Italy.
Oh, it was Italy?
Yeah.
Damn it,
wow,
it's like a metal
that's so
band.
cool.
I like that name, the Ooze.
So
Right,
we
we
just
thought of
named
the same
our
thing.
band.
You
That's
did?
That name,
That's
yeah.
why we reacted
Really?
that way.
Really?
Yeah, we thought of
Oh,
this.
I was like,
We
I
literally
really like
just
that name or
yes.
something.
Literally, we were like the
Oh.
It's
Ooze.
the coolest,
Yes,
the
it's the
Ooze.
coolest,
I love
right?
that name.
Like
but yeah.
Ivan Ooze, Dr. Ooze.
Yeah, like Power Rangers,
Power Rangers.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ivan Ooze. Yeah.
Ooze.
It's such a good
That's
name.
the best. It is the
Yeah.
best.
There-
That's so funny. Though.
There's like a, I don't know what they're like Swedish or something called woos. Have you heard of them?
Oh,
They're pretty good.
Woos.
Yes.
They went to one other level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was
Rolls
that?
off the tongue.
Did y'all go in that night and like we're not leaving until we have a band?
Pretty
name?
much.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
kind of just
walk
like
in.
screamed out names. I think Ellie was the one that was writing them.
She was
And
writing
then we're
really
like,
fast.
no, yes, no. And then we're like, Sunbuzzed.
Yeah.
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 Oh no, we said Sun.
It was Sunbuzz, and then you suggested adding ED. And we're
Because
like,
there
oh,
was a band.
Sunbuzz.
I think there was a band already named Sunbuzz,
It was a
right?
song or something like that.
I don't know.
Something that
If
we
you
just
Google,
added it. We
if
made
you
it
Google Sunbuzz, we're the only people that.
So that was
That's all
that was
that
also
matters,
like
right?
yeah.
past tense. Past tense. We were Sunbuzz.
This one's got a lot of pros. This one's got some pros.
But we ended up naming our first song we wrote together. We named it Ooze.
Oh, very cool. Very
We
cool.
couldn't have
So
the
you,
bad name.
The very
we
first song
did
we
get
ever
the
wrote.
ooze.
The first child was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
our
first
song,
child,
baby.
firstborn.
Firstborn from the parents.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
awesome.
You always have the
Wait
first
Wait a
one.
minute, we never played.
We never play it.
Yeah.
It's gone off
We're
and
like,
done its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
The
first
first song
one.
is old news, that's why. No. Okay. So it's gonna be therapy now.
Yeah.
It all started when.
Yeah. Right.
Just I lay down across you guys on the couch.
I just want to talk about my feelings.
How long have y'all been together, and when did y'all meet each other or start the band?
Match.com. I'm just kidding.
Tinder.
I guess when did we start playing in 2016?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
Time
we
is.
played-
It was like end of 2015, beginning of 2016.
Okay.
I see these fools
Every day.
all the time. I
We're
don't
stuck
even
with each
know.
other.
I think we've seen each other
That's awesome.
for like straight the last 4 days straight.
Oh,
Five.
cute.
We see each other all the time.
That's awesome.
We're also
Um,
best friends. We're family.
To answer that question,
Unfortunately.
Lo and I were in marching band together. We were in band together. We both played
Oh, this is
clarinet.
origin story
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he asked, how did y'all
The
meet?
beginning.
So, we were 14 years old.
We both had bad attitudes.
Yeah,
Didn't
but we
want
loved
to be
band,
there.
but we were too cool for school. But we
Gotti had some purple, like, chain pants.
you know those pants
You
that
had
have
the
topics?
trip pants?
Yeah,
You had trip
Yes,
pants.
yes.
I had those.
And I was
pants.
like, oh, this
God.
is cool.
With the t-shirt, band, like just the t-shirt probably said like, what was it, Volcom or something?
Okay,
Volcom?
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, she was
And like
hella
black
goth.
eyeliner,
She was hella
gelled
goth.
curly
And then
hair.
I was like,
No.
the like,
She was the indie emo girl that was like, she was super cool. So I was like, I mean, I guess, so we started talking, and I remember one time we showed up to band. It was after summer, and she's like, so what kind of music have you been listening to this summer? I was like, that's... And so we were talking about band
Yo, we were
stuff.
14. We had a lot of feelings. Okay?
We still have a lot of feelings.
And a lot has changed.
Anyways, Gotti
What kind of
started. So me and Gotti met in high
Let
school.
your
We've been
pants
friends
rip
for 15 years.
Yeah, and then
Then we met these fools.
yeah.
I
so-
was next.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ellie was
so
next.
then we met Ellie, and Ellie kept staying at our house.
Thanks.
She was like, "Can I crash here?" And then we hung out with Ellie, and then Ellie and I moved in together.
And we lived together for like 6 years.
And then Daniel showed up one day.
Out of
We're
nowhere.
friends with your brother first, and then he's
Yeah.
like, "My brother's moving up to Denton now," and we're like, "Okay, cool."
The cool one.
Yeah, the cool.
Thank God.
Yeah,
My younger
right.
brother moved in
Right.
right. It just like clicked immediately, and then I was like, "Move in next to our house. There's a house empty. Move in next door." So they moved in next
It was
door.
like a
Wow,
friend
how
situation.
And
cool.
yeah.
It was
That's
fun.
awesome.
So right after that, we were literally like just walking across to each other's house every single
That's so
day.
cool.
That was a
And
great
finally,
summer.
we're like, we all
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we're like, we all play music. Why haven't we fucking jammed together? And then
Wow.
we did, and then there we are.
There it is.
That's so natural.
So that happened
That's-
last week.
Yeah, right.
Little last week.
Oh, last week. Forget the years, yeah.
Been a busy week.
4
We
days
see
in a
each other
row.
every day.
Felt like years. That's funny.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's great. Man, yeah, that is so cool. That is
It was
awesome.
natural.
Yeah.
We
But-
all click.
We're family,
At
honestly.
this point,
Yeah.
we're all
That is so neat.
We are family.
That's such a bond too. You know, that's like I don't know. It's very unique. It's a unique like way to come together. I guess we hear a lot of different like band stories. You know, and
It's always people searching for bands.
Yeah,
it's kind of
right.
funny to just find yourself in a
for real?
situation like, I feel like
Yeah.
we should do
Yeah.
this. Like,
yeah,
we're
like
just
man, you play. Okay, yeah, cool. I know you.
we're hanging out anyway all the time.
Yeah,
We
right.
were
Might as well
all-
be
Yeah.
do something productive.
Rather than just laying around watching werewolf movies.
No more SVU.
Oh man, right. I swear I've watched
SVU.
every
Turn off the
collection.
true crime.
Honestly, we
just
should
go
watch
into the
SVU and
jam.
jam at the same time. We should
Yeah.
just have Live in the background.
Really? Can we?
Yeah, just turn off the volume and like write your own track
That'd be
to it.
great. That's like a lot
It's
of
almost
crying
like what is
faces.
that?
Like in the interrogation room.
Like what is that? Dark Side of the Moon and like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lines up. And,
It lines up perfect. It does to an extent.
it's scary. How,
Yeah,
how,
at the
how
beginning,
close it
it's
is.
like, what the fuck?
What the hell? They had to, right? They had to. It is. Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip, and it's crazy to think that you know, how many people said that they didn't do that. It lines
You
up.
can
There's-
line up. I tell him this all the time though. If you just put on some music to like turn down the movie and just put on some music, you'd be surprised how well it lines up.
I love when we do that because they did that a lot at Sun House. They would always
Yeah.
they would put a movie on, like
Oh,
some
but it
really
would
crazy
go with all
movie,
the time.
no volume, and play music over it, and it was always perfectly matched up.
That's wild.
So honestly, we
It's
should
crazy.
try it though. I'm down.
That'd be cool. Jam to a movie on like a projector.
Yeah,
and
see how it
instead
goes.
of
Well, Maestro was supposed to do that yesterday.
It's just 13 going on 30.
That'd be cool.
I mean, I love
That'd be
that
different.
movie. I
It's the
hate
best
it.
That'd be really
soundtrack to that movie. Did y'all have a vision for what sound y'all wanted, or a band you kind of modeled after? You just kind of jammed and figured it out.
Yeah, a lot of it kind of happened organically.
Yeah.
Some of the heavier parts came through just
Live.
live performances where Lauren was feeling it and she
Did her thing.
blast off. But
Yeah.
Like I
think
said, I have a lot of feelings.
I don't know if we ever like planned to be a sound. It was just kind of
Just came naturally.
Just came out. That's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, I think we just brought our influences in and like
didn't
what we
really-
like to
yeah.
listen to and pretty much that, and then just let it happen.
Very nice.
Works out very well.
Yeah.
It really
Yes,
comes
yes.
together.
That sounds great.
that's the
Again, a
important
lot of
part.
feelings.
We can't emphasize enough. We need therapy.
Oh my god.
And you guys, I saw you have like one EP or album on
Mhm.
Brought
Spotify.
you one.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
We did.
Yeah,
Show
we
it
just
off.
joking.
Yes.
That's gonna be how
Oh,
much is
very
that?
nice.
Just start charging.
Okay, here's my card.
Yeah, there's
Zoom in.
I have business
Oh, we got
cards.
stickies.
Oh, dude.
But we also have
nice.
pins.
We got
Ooh, and I brought
They
3,
love
so one for
goodies.
each of you guys.
Yay.
Hey, there's
Oh,
another.
very
Yeah, I
cool.
put 3
Oh,
pins in
whoa,
there.
like
Somebody
Ouija.
order a phone.
We're handing out
That
iPhones.
is
This was not released yet.
So cool, man.
It's an unboxing video now.
Right?
Smash that subscribe.
Smash that
It's a
like
YouTube
this.
haul.
Like,
Subscribe
looks like there's a
button,
piece
yeah.
of paper. Yeah.
The golden ticket.
So, where did y'all record this? What was that process
Oh.
like?
At our house.
Yeah.
Very nice.
In
When
our
we
jam
lived together, yeah, it was our. We moved now, but it was our place.
Oh, our
Ellie and I
old
lived
place.
together for 6 years.
Oh,
I
nice.
know, right?
And
That, a lot of feelings about that.
Yeah.
we had a friends moment. It was
Oh,
Yeah, we did, but we recorded at our house, and Josh from Maestro Maya,
okay.
my husband, he actually recorded us, and then we
Oh,
sent it
very
off to
nice.
get mastered by Sarah Register,
mm-hmm.
and
New
she's
York.
in New York,
Oh, wow,
and
very
she
cool.
mastered it for us, and yeah, so it was all in-house pretty
That's
much.
pretty DIY.
Who's
Nice.
that, Sarah? How'd y'all hear about
A
her?
friend recommended her
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
us.
Brack.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Brack Cantrell. He does is it Dojo Baby Records?
Sorry,
Me all
Brack.
that. Sorry,
I don't
Brack, I
know.
love
Sorry,
you.
Brack. Anyways,
Cut this
Brack's
out,
in
cut this
Denton, and he records a lot of bands. He's fucking badass too. So.
Okay, shout out to Brad.
He heard our, like, he had listened, I mean, he's a friend, so he's just said, I feel like my friend Sarah, she's in New York, would really vibe with your sound, and like, you should, if she masters, you should hit her up. So we did, and yeah.
And she worked with us too. That was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
That's
easy
awesome.
process.
She was easy to work with,
Yeah.
even for like the distance, you know.
Yeah,
It worked
actually,
well.
yeah, that's tough.
It'd be cool if we met her one day and be like, dude, you mastered our album.
Oh, maybe someday.
Because
We were in
it's
New York.
interesting that you send it off to somebody you've never met,
Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's all over this thing.
it'd be nice to just be like, thank you, or something
Yeah.
in person or voice-wise, but
Right.
One day,
didn't happen. One
One
day.
day.
East Coast
We're gonna
tour.
stalk her.
Yep.
Right?
We're
Yeah,
coming
right,
to
there
you.
you go.
We're coming, Sarah.
She's like, please
I don't know
don't. We
you.
don't want you.
Oh gosh.
She's listening. She's like, God damn. She moves to California. Complete opposite.
It's like when you
Just go
tell
to Sarah
someone, if you're ever in New York, and then they're like, yeah, I actually will be. Oh, well, actually,
Well,
no,
yeah,
no.
I think I'm going to be out of town. That
Actually,
was-
I was just kidding.
I'm gonna be visiting family that weekend.
Yeah, right, yeah. Just booked.
Yeah.
Totally.
Where'd the artwork come from?
It's very
Oh
cool.
my
We
god.
put it all together. So
This is interesting. I like this.
the
What is-
loteria cards?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like Mexican bingo.
Yeah.
Have you ever played,
Yeah.
have you ever played Loteria?
No.
Oh, it's
Oh my
Mexican.
god.
And Lauren's like, well, I got that too.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
I have the beads. I
That's
have
what that. Yeah, that's what.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
guys haven't
that
played
is
Loteria,
awesome.
you really should.
Okay.
Play with
okay.
This is
beans.
quality
You have to
stuff.
play them with beans. Just
Thank
so
you.
you
Or
know.
you want
Pennies.
to play it with money.
Pennies.
Yeah.
No.
So you draw like the card.
Your light's on
and
fire.
then
It's
it's
just like, you're not
okay,
supposed to drop it.
El mono or el sol, la luna, and then if you have it in your card sheet, then you put a bead.
It's bingo.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just a little
Oh,
bean.
okay.
Bingo. That's what they should.
Yeah, Ellie took the picture.
So
Thank you.
yeah, so like the design, like that's one of my like drawings.
Yeah, the
The
back.
Very
background,
nice.
and
She
then
made
like
that.
and then the moon and sun thing was a keychain she had, and I photographed it
I
and
got
I
that
altered
keychain
it, and I
in,
just
um,
photoshopped it together.
This guy.
nice.
I like
Yeah.
that guy.
Oh,
right here.
that's I guess
Oh, Heavy Baby Records. We released it through Heavy Baby
Yeah,
that's
Records
right,
from
yeah.
Denton.
yeah, that's their logo.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the
That's
keychain,
Wow,
love?
see that?
I
didn't
got
know.
I got the keychain in Mexico City when we went to the pyramids and they were selling like, a
Oh,
bunch of
very
stuff.
cool.
So I was like, we got. I mean,
That's
Yeah.
She
Kind of
just
a
took
shout
a-
out to our culture.
yeah.
So
that is
just
awesome.
took a photo of it, photoshopped it all together. I had my drawing already. We just
We did it. I was like
Boom,
just
boom, boom.
lounging on her bed. You should do and then this. Yeah, that looks great.
Ellie,
and I'm
Yeah.
like
You just hear clicking, clicking, like.
That was the whole
That's what I sound like.
process.
There was
You
wine
do make
involved.
grunts, though. You're like,
Sorry.
It's fine. That was honestly, it was so fun to always, whenever we sit behind you and you just click, we're like, wow.
It's like she's commanding a starship, and we're like, we don't know what's happening, but it looks
Thanks,
great.
Something's getting done.
Like,
Yeah.
you need some
Awesome.
water, you need something to drink.
Like whiskey.
And then
But
Shy.
if you look at the back of it,
the inside image,
Yeah.
like if you open it, the inside image, she took the photo of that as well. Like we set up a whole like altar outside. Like we walked.
Oh, wow.
That was like a whole ordeal as well.
with all our giant bags.
Yeah, we were just walking and walking. We found a spot that we liked in like this
Oh,
like
look at you.
forest
Ooh.
area.
Ooh.
I got my
Give me my
rat
knife.
That
That's
was
badass.
fun
That's
too.
awesome.
Gentle.
That was a whole ordeal.
Any plans for another album soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're releasing one in the fall.
Okay, you got all the songs, all the material written.
For
Close
the
enough.
most part.
Okay.
We're like,
Pretty
you
much.
know, we're playing it by.
Yeah.
We're getting it done. We're getting it done.
What's-
Let me tell you, we're working.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Do you have a place in mind? Are y'all gonna do it yourselves again? Record
No,
record
we
it
actually
yourselves?
signed with Triptych Records.
Oh,
Very
very
nice.
So we're gonna be releasing it through them, and
Very
We'll be
cool.
going to Elmwood.
yeah.
We're-
We're
Well,
playing-
Well, we're gonna-
we haven't
Whoa.
talked to you yet.
We're
Elmwood,
aiming to
but
go there.
That's where we're trying to go.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
They're just like, what? We're recording Sunbuzzed?
Who is this band and what are they?
We're
We're
gonna
all
we're
over the
aiming to
place.
do that.
Have
Oh
dreams.
wow! Oh wow! That is awesome, guys.
And then if you pick up the
Wow.
CD,
We're behind it.
we're like,
Peekaboo.
ta-da! Yeah.
Oh really? Oh no way! Oh, dude, that is.
I mean,
so
go all
cool.
out.
Look
Make
at
it.
that.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
awesome.
Thank you,
gosh.
Photoshop. Thanks,
Yeah.
Photoshop. Sponsor us.
Get that.
Yeah, we were looking for
Yeah.
sponsors.
We're trying to sell out.
10-year free subscription.
I want free shit in the
Please.
mail. I want people, well, not shit, but
You will get free
I
shit.
want
in
so
there.
they're like, all right, well, she asked for that, so it's like,
I really want the
That
Photoshop
is
though,
so
please.
cool, y'all.
Please.
thanks.
Wow.
Ashley,
Wow.
your cousin,
Ashley
Ashley-
Gongora, she photographed us.
yeah, she took that
Wow.
picture of us. So
Great
That was baby
photographer.
powder. Or was it smoke bomb?
I think it was
It was baby powder, which is probably not good for the environment.
Wow.
but it's good for babies.
It's great for babies.
Clean babies, man.
That is so cool.
Don't let your plants touch this, but throw it on your child. It's gonna be great.
That's your baby, isn't it?
It's bad for the air, but it's good for your baby. I don't know.
Anyways.
Babies
They're
are resilient. They're resilient. They're
That's so
strong.
funny. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What are they crying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
dark.
Stop.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay.
That's great.
Next question. I'm
Influence.
lost here. Influences, yeah, let's go
What?
there.
So I mean, basically, like that is kind of what made y'all sound as y'all's influences. So it is kind of curious as do y'all have like similar influences, or is it kind of diverse?
There's
and
I
you
would-
put it together?
there's
Our
some-
biggest
Okay.
influence. Who's our biggest influence?
Selena.
Always.
It's like Selena and the Doors, mutually.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice.
So
Yeah.
very
because my
nice.
biggest influence was the Doors, and honestly, I mean, I love Arctic Monkeys, so I think a lot of my style comes from like Arctic Monkeys mixed with the Doors. Old Arctic Monkeys, no offense to them, but
No, yeah.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop.
with you on that.
yeah.
I'm with you on
I don't know
that.
about their new stuff. I don't vibe with that, but I like their old stuff.
Shots
first-
fired.
First two albums, yeah.
Pew,
you
pew,
know.
pew.
Shout out to Arctic Monkeys. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if Arctic Monkeys hears that, I mean, that's great.
Sponsor
that they listen to it.
Yeah, they're here.
They're
Start
like,
a beef.
this
son.
bitch talking
Yeah.
about us. Like,
Dude, we'll blow up.
Yeah.
This is actually great.
So, sponsor us. So, Arctic Monkeys and the Doors is mine. I don't know about you guys.
I listen to a lot of everything. It's kind of hard to pinpoint.
Your shirt.
Yeah. Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh,
That's where my
okay.
death metal
Yeah,
influence
sure,
comes
that's
from, I
my-
guess.
She loves
Yes.
her death metal.
But then I also love like my Bob Marley
That's true.
and my Frederick Chopin. You know, I listen to it all.
Very nice.
Freddie.
I always say ABBA,
Ooh, ABBA's a good one.
even though you don't really see it in the music, but you know.
But you love we all love ABBA.
stylistically, that's my influence.
ABBA's good.
ABBA's
And
a
the
good one.
Doors.
Well, ABBA's very, like, theatrical, though.
Right.
So, I guess that can drive,
Right. I do try to make it very
dramatic.
right with the organ heaviness.
Yes. Man,
Yeah.
it sounded great. It sounded like sub bass. I know it was just
Yeah.
sound checks. I mean, I can't wait to really hear it. Yeah.
Influences, trash, blood, spells,
And
rocks,
incantations.
Lauren just
greed,
Alcohol.
picks
the
up
seven
whatever.
sins. No, I'm influenced honestly by really strong female artists. Doesn't really hip hop, pop, rock, and if it's a strong female, I'm there. I'm
Very
gonna show up
nice.
for her.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm obsessed with like this one pop artist from Spain right now. Her name's Rosalia. I'm like just jamming her new album like all the time. That's all.
That's awesome.
Getting
All
hyped.
the
That's awesome.
time, just so like
That's sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So it is like a diverse kind of, but also they're like on the Doors. Yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
overlap.
Kind of do
there.
have
Yeah.
like a.
Ray Man's
Oh, I
Ray.
love Zeppelin.
yeah.
I have
Oh,
I have a
Zeppelin.
Robert
Oh,
Oh
Plant
yeah.
tattoo.
oh, very nice. Very cool.
Robert.
If you look at it, it says Robert.
Robert Plant. That's great.
I love you, Robert.
I won't find you. I won't find you.
You love Robert. You love Rob, and I love Ray.
Ray Manzarek is
Dude.
amazing.
Robert and
I
Ray.
can't
We
Oh,
Ray
both-
Manzarek was great.
Alright.
I know. Alright.
Dual parts, man, like just shredding. Like,
Yes.
It's
Yeah, his
it's
brain
crazy.
is like.
It's
It's crazy
crazy
you could do
because like didn't Jim Morrison and Ray Manzarek meet at like music school, but it was like a jazz school, I believe.
Yeah.
I could be wrong,
So,
but
like,
definitely Manzarek
I think
was
so
a
because then Jim was just like writing poetry.
Yeah,
and he was,
exactly.
He was
like,
doing
Yeah.
like film stuff.
well,
Yeah.
everything he was. He wasn't doing music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And then-
exactly right.
And then he's like, you know, you have a great voice. He's like, let's jam.
Let's just do it. That's crazy, right? It's such a
So
tough
he's just
musician.
talking about the doors.
Yeah, right.
Now we're.
So we have the Doors here.
Yeah.
And, no, I'm just kidding.
Pew, 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 pew.
I just start crying.
Let's have a seance. Let's turn it real dark.
What else do you have in that purse? You should bring out
I
all
Ouija board.
and like candles. Everybody grab a candle.
That's
Um,
great.
this is a good question for now, I guess. What's your spirit animal?
Curveball.
You know, I feel like the last time someone asked that question was when I was in ninth grade in biology class with Danielle.
What was that answer?
What was
was
the
that
answer?
answer?
Yeah.
I said a Black Panther.
That's what I was
Oh,
gonna
that's
say.
nice.
That's what I was gonna say
It
for
was
me.
one of those like break the ice first day of school. Our biology teacher's like, write down your spirit animal. And I remember talking to her and be like, what's your spirit animal?
Yeah, what's yours?
Black
What's
Panther.
yours?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
I was gonna say she stole mine,
Sorry.
but it's like I don't feel like I have one. So like the only one that I can think of is a Black Panther for some reason. Like Belize, you know, Black Panther. Maybe a
Yeah.
jaguar. Maybe a toucan. Something Belizean. I don't know.
I'm
Or
gonna
a grizzly
say
bear.
I'm gonna say familiar. Just shout out to our indigenous brothers and sisters. Not say spirit, but my familiar is probably my beagle. Because I had a beagle when I was like 14 years old. His name was Lou, short for Lucifer, and he passed away. But then this like past July, we went out camping in the woods.
Yeah.
And I found another beagle, and it looks exactly like Lucifer, and he acts exactly
Little
like him. He
puppies.
came back to
Dude.
me.
He did come out to you.
Dude, exactly
Lucifer
the same dog.
has risen.
Lucifer always comes back.
Yeah.
Right? But I didn't name
The
him
Morning
that. His name's
Star.
Tofu, but
The
yeah.
Morning Star,
His middle
dot
name
com.
is Tofu Lucifer the Second. He's my familiar, and he's dumb as hell.
He's
He's a slow loader.
She talked about me. Oh,
That dog.
Shout out to Tofu.
Tofu.
There's nothing going on,
Lou
but
was
he's
Yeah.
cute. So
Lou was bad.
he's a bad dog.
I lived with Lo too,
He's a bad
and
dog.
oh my god, that dog was crazy. He was so funny and cute though. So Tofu's great. Sorry, now we're reminiscing.
I would,
So what's yours?
Yeah, sorry.
What's yours?
I'd probably say a coyote. Cause,
What? I thought it was
probably because I'm from the desert and I'm scrappy.
That makes sense.
Like a coyote.
Elephant.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite animal is an elephant, but I would say
Spirit
spirit
animal.
for my familiar spirit animal would probably be like coyote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scrappy. I'll get into some shit.
You'll eat trash if you have to.
I will. I've done it before.
I'll do it again.
Done it
I don't know
once.
if coyotes eat trash. That was really rude. The coyotes that are all watching this, like, we don't eat trash. Unsubscribe.
All the coyotes are here howling.
We're gonna hear from the coyotes of America. Dude.
Arctic Monkey
Association.
Association just says.
PETA.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you guys were talking about.
Being scrappy? Excuse me?
We're gonna get a letter in the mail. Super passive aggressive too.
Bring it on.
That's
Any plans for a tour soon?
We're supposed to hopefully go on tour like after our album release in the fall. So like a fall tour, I guess.
We were
That's the
thinking-
plan.
We were thinking West Coast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everyone goes west.
We wanna go west.
Yeah.
It's
We
cold,
went
yeah.
we went
It's
south
true.
in July. Last July we went.
Okay.
We went. Actually, we went New Orleans, Houston,
nice.
San Antonio,
McAllen.
McAllen,
Austin.
Austin, Dallas.
Very nice. How was New Orleans?
It's
We had a
fun.
great
Lit.
time.
Did we have a celebrity that showed
Oh
up?
yeah, celebrity
What?
showed
That's
up.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's
You know
awesome.
Jennifer Coolidge, right?
That
From,
sounds
um,
very familiar.
From
Legally
Blonde.
Blonde.
Your
Also
favorite
from-
movie.
also
Remember your
from,
favorite movie, Legally Blonde?
what's
Yeah.
the other one?
Best in
Stifler.
show.
Oh, Stifler's mom.
Yeah, Stifler's mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
She was there.
There you go. Everybody knows her there.
Everyone knows Stifler's mom.
We saw Stifler's mom.
Stifler's
Bar.
Stifler's mom. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
she was
I
like,
get it.
you know, wearing a hat. And, like,
She was,
yeah.
yeah, she is.
She
Just trying to be
You
incognito,
can't-
but we
yeah.
knew it was her.
Yeah.
How do you not know she
It was
has?
like 10:30
She's
at
really
night and she was
tall.
still
Yeah.
wearing
Yeah.
Yeah,
sunglasses.
she's really
Mhm.
tall, yeah.
That's
Pitch
awesome.
black
Yeah, it was
outside.
cool.
She's still wearing
New
dark
Orleans was
sunglasses.
awesome,
I
though.
love New
I wish
We
we
had
could
a
have
great
stayed
time.
longer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it
we,
was fun.
You know, we're like, we're here for one night and one day.
We
we're
blew our
well,
10-day
10.
budget in one
Hey,
night.
one night on bourbon.
We're like, well, we got any
We're
more
like, we
money?
want to see Bourbon Street.
Oh,
And,
We
yeah.
saw Bourbon
Yeah.
Street.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
Like,
Yeah.
what
And
was
where
it?
Bourbon
They're like,
Restaurant?
don't get the, what do they call them? The grenade?
Hand
Grenade.
grenade.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
hand
don't get it. I
grenades,
was like,
yeah.
We
all right,
had
I'm gonna
the
get
grenade.
it. They're like, do you want the small or the large?
fish
Like,
bowls
give me the
too.
large.
Yeah, the large. Those things are so sour too.
They're
Dude,
so
they're
It's all,
good.
so
it's all that
good.
sugar in
Yeah,
it.
it is. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
don't regret it at all.
Yeah, someone
Best
told me.
decision I've ever made.
Some bar told me how they made the fish bowls because you can get those fish bowls, and I mean it's a New Orleans tradition, but now I'm kind of skeptical in getting it just because.
What?
Why? What's in it?
I mean, it's not what's in it. They put everything in it, every alcohol, Everclear, the vodka, like they.
That's
It's like
fine.
5,000
That
calories.
sounds
They
good.
just make it in
Drink
like
Everclear in high school.
they make
Sorry,
it in
Mom.
barrels, and that just kind of threw it out for me. But I was like,
They
I
make it
guess
in
that's not.
barrels.
It's not. I mean, if it's clean. Yeah.
Is it
I
sanitary?
mean, if you're gonna do New Orleans,
If you're gonna do New Orleans, I mean, you gotta experience a
Can't
fish
be
That's
bowl.
why I was like,
Yeah.
we're only here.
When in
we have
Rome.
one night
Yes,
to
Where's
play
the
show.
when in
romance?
Rome, yes.
We
Yeah, I
got
just love the
ratchet.
whole
We got
culture of New
ratchet.
Orleans. I don't know, it's just it's very jazz influenced, and anytime a band could just come marching down the street, which is so cool. You know,
Yeah.
there's not too many places like that.
We went to go like dance salsa before we got like super.
Oh yeah, we
Very
did.
nice.
We went to the salsa like club.
And that place was packed.
Yeah.
There was
The
nowhere to
First floor was
dance.
Everyone
like
was getting
jazz,
down.
and the second floor was salsa.
Yeah, it was hard to dance.
That's awesome.
And I
Yeah,
didn't
we
have
tried,
my
we were just like,
grenade yet.
"Excuse me."
My-
Yeah.
I didn't have my drink yet, so I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You weren't ready for salsa. You needed the grenade first.
We needed some grenade for that salsa. There was no place to dance though, honestly. It was so
yeah,
packed.
it was really packed.
It's like, what's the point of being in here if you can't move?
There's a lot of movement in salsa. Man.
Raw.
Just all shimmies.
What's your favorite show y'all played? Be New Orleans.
It was McAllen, right?
I liked McAllen.
Dude,
McAllen.
yeah, me and Gotti are from the Valley, so like that's like our hometown, and like when we were growing up, it's like the only shows they had were either Tejano or like metal. That was or like
Oh,
hardcore. Oh no, metal. And so like we had to go see shows, like really sketch places like the BFW. So there'd be like no offense, but like older men just be like, what kids doing this music? Like they're just
I can't believe they had shows in there. It's so
yeah, we were like
weird.
13, 14, like going to these shows, like, what's up, you know, we just like it, you know, but now the scene in the Valley is just growing, and there's a lot of amazing, like, artists and musicians coming out of the Valley.
There's a
So-
good venue. The venue. we
Really
played
good
at.
venue, really good places, and it's just, like, nice, like, being home, and
Yeah.
I lost my voice the first day of tour,
Oh,
so
no.
New Orleans, I was, like, dying, and they all
Again,
went
we
out to,
did
like, a
everything in
24-hour
New Orleans first.
karaoke.
Oh.
And I was like, I
Yeah,
cannot
we
go,
did.
like,
Yeah.
I have to be able to
She's
perform,
like,
blah, blah, blah. So I was like,
Right.
you guys go,
You wanna
have
sing
fun.
karaoke? She's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
boy.
so, we went to the Valley, and I just, went over to Mexico and Reynosa, and I got a steroid shot.
Boom.
Oh, very nice.
Hell yeah. I
Her
was
Look at
voice
that.
came back like.
Really? Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Yeah,
Golden
dude, it was
Ariel,
amazing.
Little Mermaid.
It was amazing, and then, yeah,
That's
just people.
Keep singing.
Yeah.
Like injecting the steroids.
I could not talk. Like, it was really bad. They were buying me tea. They were just like, oh, God, like,
Yeah.
but it just came back,
Oh,
and so
man.
we were able to perform, and people go out, they really go out to see shows. They want to support. We made so much money.
Yeah.
I had a good reception.
They had a good crowd, a good reception,
Yeah.
like the
They
vibe,
were-
everything
They're
was.
just so like
But the venue we played at was Yerberia.
Yerberia Cultura.
Great
So,
venue.
really great venue for
Yeah,
any
it
bands.
started off with, what's his name again?
Do not sleep on McAllen, Texas people.
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick.
He opened it up himself, right? Like,
I don't know.
it's just a small, I mean, it was cool though. It's
They got a lot of
just
cool
the way they
shows.
started that place up and the way they fix it up and all the bands they host there. There's a lot of good acts that pass through there.
That's awesome.
And it's just like this small little bar in downtown McAllen.
Very cool.
And so a lot more bands have been going there, but definitely keep going to McAllen.
Most definitely.
Yeah, people are very, very like just welcoming and
Yeah.
they're just
It
so
was fun.
stoked on. They're there to see a show, and you have people there for the first act. You have people there for the last act. Like
Oh,
they're
wow,
there for
that's-
the music.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
It
I
might
mean,
be a little
almost.
biased because that's where we're from, but
Well, there you go.
It was,
no.
but we've never played there, and it was the first time, and we had a great reception, and
It was
overall,
awesome.
just being there was
It was so
nice.
fun.
We want to
That's awesome.
be
That's
back as
awesome.
soon as we can.
Is it kind of sort of almost like a built-in crowd because there's like only like a few good venues there, or is
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's not like
is it-
oversaturated.
Is it mainly like
Yeah.
like the place to go? Like
Yeah,
McAllen
I
for,
guess like if
watching
you're
live music?
specifically looking for, if that's what you want to do, there's
Right.
not very many options.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, but it's cool that it's there, and that's
Right.
what we
Oh,
need to feed off
exactly.
of is people like having more like venues like that or supporting artists that pass through and stuff and using it to the best of their ability kind of thing.
Right. That's awesome. That is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I definitely got to come check it out.
Yeah.
That'd be
Venues.
Favorite show you've ever seen?
Mm.
I have
Should
a lot
we
of
go?
favorites.
I know mine. Sorry.
Go.
Deaf Rain.
Oh,
I think honestly, it's been my favorite I've ever seen. Seeing Deaf Rain in Austin when we were
Oh,
there.
that was a good
me,
show.
Jonas and Josh.
Mm.
It was just something. They had something going on, and we were like, "Well, let's pop in." I didn't know Deaf Rain was playing. I had never heard of them, but they're from Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas or Denton, or both. I think they were from Denton at one point, but Dallas.
I have no idea.
Deaf Rain, DEF. Deaf Rain, and they were playing that night, and I fell in love. And then I saw them again at Rubber Gloves in Denton because I knew they were playing. And since then, and now we know them, and we know Grant. Josh is friends with Grant, but that was my favorite show. Every time I think of a band that I love to see and my favorite time, that's the one.
You go back to that show.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Are we talking more local?
That was just
No,
mine. Like it
it-
beat
it-
the
it
it beat
can
the
be
big
local.
bands I
say,
saw.
I don't even.
I think King Gizzard when they came
Oh,
back.
that was
a good show.
That was a good one too.
That
And-
was fun.
and,
Where?
The show.
It was at Trees.
It was at Trees. It was sold out,
Yes.
and all of our
Yes.
friends
Last
were there.
fall,
It was like a
right?
family
Everybody
hangout.
was
Everyone
there.
loves. Everyone
Yes.
loves King.
You
Everyone's
like
like,
look,
our
was
friends
you
there.
would look to
That
the
was
right
a
and there was
great-
like dead people. And it was like all these dead.
Everyone was
All
there
our
except
friends.
us.
Everyone was there.
Sorry, Lou.
But I also saw Electric Light Orchestra this past
Okay.
summer
Oh,
at
wow.
the American Airlines Center, and that's just like
Oh wow.
that was just like very classic for me, and it was just really resonated.
That's
It was
awesome.
beautiful.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah, she photographs like.
I
shows all the
I'm
time,
a
so-
photographer, so
Okay,
I go to
very
a
cool.
lot of like music festivals. So
Very
I've like
nice.
seen I have so many favorites, but I guess if I had to pick Radiohead.
Oh wow.
I saw
yes.
Radiohead at American
you've
Airlines
seen a
Center.
lot.
Oh my
Yeah, dude, I've seen.
gosh.
That's why I was like, I
That's
don't
why
know
I
what
was
to
like-
decide,
I
but
was like, I don't see a
Radiohead.
lot.
I would love to see.
My
Radiohead.
mind was slightly altered, so I was in another dimension as it was
Yes.
happening, and it was beautiful.
That's amazing.
Was that recent or?
No, this was shit. When was this? This was 2012.
Here's my computer.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
2012.
Like we got really good seats. Like the Flaming Lips were sitting a few rows in front of us, and I didn't notice until like afterwards because we stayed till the end for like people to leave because we're like we don't want to deal with all these people. So they stood up and they're like, oh, let's go backstage and say hello. My friend and I were like, what? But no, it was beautiful. It was amazing. Like it touched my soul. So I guess I'll say that one.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
I think my favorite was like 2 years ago when I was in Mexico City and I saw that Placebo was playing and it was like their 20-year
Okay.
reunion. And I like jammed Placebo a lot when I was in high school, so they don't really come to like the the States that much because they don't really like,
Gotcha.
like the political climate or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I saw they were in Mexico City, and I was like, well, I'm here, like, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I went by myself, and I ended up getting like some tickets from like a scalper. I met him at Starbucks. And then my Uber driver, who was like, you know, everyone in Mexico City is just like so stoked like for tourists and stuff. And so she started talking to us, and she was like, why are you guys here? You know, visiting, blah, blah, blah. And I told her that I was going to this like concert, and she was like, well, who's going to pick you up later? I was like, I don't know, I was just going to like figure it out. And she was like, well, I'll pick you up later. So like,
that's so cool.
she like gave me her number, and she was like texting me throughout the concert, and
Wow,
like,
that's
you know, I'll be here. She was like waiting for me. So I met a friend,
She took
and
care
then
of you.
they played like all of their like first and second albums. So everyone was just like, yeah, they played for like 2 hours. It was amazing.
Oh, very
Yeah,
nice.
that was awesome.
That's pretty neat. That's very neat.
That's the best when you can. Or I always judge it off of like the set, especially when you see your favorite bands over and over. It's like, oh, that was the best set. I like that mix of songs.
Right.
Yeah.
The Black Angels came through Trees recently.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just those like
For,
4 shows
New Year's?
towards the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yes, that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
great show. It was a great
Yeah, that was a
set.
good show. Mhm.
Gosh,
Um,
yeah, that sounds great.
What's your most embarrassing on-stage mistakes?
Oh.
I don't mind.
I know
It
mine
wasn't a
too, but
mistake so much that it just failed on me, but my amp just fucked up and wouldn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was just messed up. And
Was that
I've been
for
perfectly
Kuzu?
fine leading all the way up. Yeah, last year at Kuzu, last January. And I turned it on and playing, and it was just dead. And so I can't, like, were we the last band or the second to last band to play that night, I think? And so anyways, I had to ask, like, there was a giant, like, everybody was there. It was, like, a big event for Kuzu. And Kuzu, the radio station in Denton. It's a nonprofit. Yeah.
Shout out Kuzu!
No, seriously, they're awesome, but they had this event, and so we were playing it, and my amp wouldn't turn on, and we were at Andy's. So on the mic, I was like, does anybody have an amp I can borrow? And it was kind of still, like, nobody was moving, and finally, like, I think his name was Michael from Mind Spiders. I'm doing all these shout-outs right now, but, and also I love them, too.
Very
But
nice.
they let me use their amp, which was nice, but that was embarrassing, because there was, like, a giant crowd, the lights were off, everyone's ready to go except for my amp. So it wasn't so much a mistake, but it was still, you know, I mean, I guess I could have prepared by making sure it's good to go regularly rather than wait till it's died and then fix it. But yeah, that was mine. That was embarrassing.
Mine would be something similar, like my drum kit just like falling apart on me, where like I'm playing and like it just like would fall, and every time I'd have to go and like try to fix it. Like my toms are like all over the place, the legs fell off, and then the kick pedal fell off. Like it all like literally just like. And I was just playing, it was like far away, and I'm like tapping, I'm like, goodbye! Come back!
Like
But-
off the stage.
Yeah.
That's so
There was this one time, it happened all at once, but when it,
I just like imagine you just like.
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
She's
Like,
like,
the kick pedal just like popped off because the drum kit fell, like the legs moved,
It's
and
like
then that
that scene
happened.
in
my
Forrest
God.
Gump when his braces are and his drum pieces are just falling apart.
Keep playing, Ellie!
Oh god, that's mine.
You can do it.
Oh my god, I'm trying. Like the tip
Staples
of
falling
the
apart.
tip of my toe, just like drum, Ellie, drum. That's our quote. Sorry.
Drum, really drum. That's great.
That was good.
I think for me it's like just whenever we play a set that maybe we don't really go with the musical stylings, like maybe the person who booked or put together the show didn't research, and then I just start screaming, and then we fucking clear
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
and
true.
people are like,
I love
nope,
that.
and they nope out, and they just leave, and so
That's
like we don't
true.
have anyone, and we're
I
just
know
like,
one in
cool,
my head, but I won't remember.
Yeah, does that bring up the venue?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
not
I know what we're
talk
talking
about that. I think we're all sorry.
burn
we're
that
all
bridge.
I know one.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
that
time
was
I was
bad.
in the bathroom. One time I was in the bathroom, going to the bathroom, and like it was right after we played,
Oh
and
god.
these two girls walked in,
Mhm.
and they
Basic.
were like talking shit about me, and I was like talking about my screaming and stuff, and then I like walk out, and I'm like, hey But like as like a chismosa, like you gotta check the stalls before you talk shit.
Yeah.
One chismosa.
Yeah, just do the quick peek
true.
under. No feet.
All right.
That's
So-
why I hold my feet up the whole time.
Yeah, right.
I'm just hoping for all the
You
gossip.
just hover.
I'm always
Holding
hovering.
on to the sound.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. I'm just like waiting for gossip in here, taking notes.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like,
That's a
"Can you?"
surprise.
Yeah, I think I'd have to say mine. I remember we did like a whole song and then I looked and I wasn't even playing on the right setting that I had. I was like, that's why it sounded so bad. I'm like, it's not supposed to sound like this. And I look at the keyboard and I'm like, oh, it's the wrong setting. And then maybe like when I was a kid first learning piano and had to do piano recitals, there was one point where I got stage fright and I couldn't. And like, I was like, sorry, I was like, I was maybe like 10. And I think like they had to like, the teacher had to come and like escort me off there.
Your hands are frozen the whole time.
It's like, you know, the cartoons where they do like the hood. That was just a general embarrassment.
They have like
We're laughing with you.
No, it's great. No, I mean, it happens. You have to have those stepping stones.
yes,
I'm glad I
yes.
had it when I was 10 and now when I was 20.
We're like, all right, Daniel, come on. And you're just like,
Wheel them off, wheel them off.
Stage fright's the worst.
You have to cross those barriers, the sooner the better, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good.
At church, growing up, I don't know how old I was, like 6 or 7, and they were like, it was this huge church, and they're like, all right, I was the first to march on stage in a line of people and do some type of dance, and it was like, we're on the stairs, and my first foot on the stage, and I just dash off the stage crying straight to my mom in the crowd, and then everyone's just like, all right, and the rest of the kids just keep doing their dance. Hopefully no one remembers that.
Yeah.
Your mom's like, I don't know him.
Yeah, my mom's like,
who are
putting
you?
me in
She's just like, don't
back.
Me.
Who are you?
I don't know.
shoving me into the chair.
Don't run to me. Don't run to me. Don't run to me.
Just like walk away.
She just like runs off when you run off.
Yeah, she's
They're just like running after each other.
Let's hear the chorus of it. Oh,
That's great.
what's your creative process like? How do you all write? Does someone usually have an idea you bring to the table, or do you jam it out?
Both combined. Is that how we do it?
Yeah, I
Somebody
mean,
will bring-
nobody can answer that.
I think sometimes it's a lot of like sometimes I'll be like, I was working on this, or sometimes it'll be Gotti like, oh, you know, this riff I've been working on. We recently went out into like a cabin to just for the weekend to just write, and that's all we did. We dedicated like 2 days to just
That's
holing up in a cabin and
That's
writing music.
It was
And
fun.
It was
It
fun.
was fun
It
until the
works.
sun went down.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
was
scary.
spooky.
Yeah.
And then it got real
But
spooky.
that
didn't have
adds
any
to the
blinds.
vibe, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're putting this place.
Yeah.
It's all,
They
it's all
had
new.
these giant
you know?
windows, and it was like a badass cabin, but they didn't have blinds. So as soon
Yeah.
as the
Okay,
sun
yeah,
went
that's
down, it was
creepy.
dark.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like literally
creepy.
anybody could be standing outside watching us, and we would.
That's, yeah.
They're like, boo!
Yeah.
They're like, booing
They're just like,
They
We
all
just see a bunch of torches outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
that over there?
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and then it
That
was
would
cool
be,
because
yeah,
like it
crazy.
started raining, so the thunder. We saw. We were standing outside, and then we could see like the rain coming in because there was
The
like a
wind
small pond.
started blowing.
Yeah, there was a
very
lot
cool.
of wind, and there was a small pond, and you can see
The
the rain
ripples.
touching the water. And it was like getting closer and closer. Like,
I
all right, we gotta
picture
go
it.
inside, and then it hit. So that was cool. It was just like it was a nice little
was fun.
weekend.
Sounds like the beginning of every horror movie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Which is what
Alone in
we're
the
obsessed
cabin.
with, by the way.
And there was
Blair
Evil
Witch.
Dead.
Oh,
they had
basement.
Yeah, there
I
was a
like,
basement.
Huge door in the middle.
yeah,
Of the
it
room.
was, it was covered by like a rug, and of course we moved everything. So go out see. So we like
Yeah.
looked
Yeah.
in, and then we didn't go.
It was
in.
pitch black with
It
the
was
stair
scary.
going down into this darkness.
I'd be more
It had-
scared of
yeah.
something coming out from it.
Oh,
I know.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
even-
finally opening.
I will
Yeah.
say.
Oh,
I've been
dude.
trying for years.
Yeah, right. Hello.
We just shut it.
Yeah.
Did everything.
Yeah, you can chat for
We
me.
can
I
play some music
purposely-
for you mean,
I
Right?
waited for them to go to sleep upstairs before I would go upstairs by myself. So I was like falling asleep on the couch and finally like, we're gonna go to bed. I was like, thank God, because I didn't want to go up there alone. I was scared. It was creepy, but it was still really nice.
It's just our imagination, right?
Yeah, it is. We're
Oh,
obsessed
yeah.
with scary movies. So I mean, I love them.
Yeah,
But we
but-
watch too many movies that now I'm just like, I don't fuck with that.
That I don't.
I will not go upstairs by myself in this really creepy cabin.
what's a good scary movie you all love?
What's your favorite scary movie?
There you go.
Sorry.
Add that to the board there.
Yeah.
Dude, Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Yeah, that messed me up for a
movie
while.
Was, on
That
another
We
was
saw
level.
that in theaters, and usually,
Wait, has everyone seen it here though? Spoilers. Oh shit.
Hereditary?
You
It's
should
good.
watch it.
No,
Y'all need
it's-
to watch it.
It's
I keep
freaky.
hearing that.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
great.
really
It's
good.
really
It's
good.
really good.
It's like a culty, which is we like that as well. And there's
Yeah.
like some really heavy suspense moments and a little psychological as well. And so,
Toni Collette is one of
She's
the
a great
greatest
actress.
actresses. Yeah, she's such a good actor.
Yeah, y'all should watch that
Gotta see
movie.
I gotta see
It's
it.
good.
I don't necessarily watch too many movies, but I do have a favorite scary movie. That's The Conjuring.
Conjuring's
Ooh.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one,
that's a
I don't
great
know
movie.
why it just
That's
just
a good one,
resonated.
too.
I'm just
Yeah.
like,
And
that
Conjuring
is
2 is
great.
super scary.
That's good
Conjuring
Yeah.
2 adds like the doll, right?
Did you
Yeah,
watch it?
and I'm like, oh man, yes, I did, of course, because
Yeah.
I love The Conjuring.
Yeah.
It was okay, but I like The Conjuring, the first one more, because it was based on, I guess that was before, or
Was
is
it
it?
the Amityville house?
It was
I think it
Or
is.
that
Yeah.
same-
It is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
like in that same series.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they went into like Annabelle, and then it was
Yeah.
like intertwined in a way, or that led up to Annabelle or something like
Yeah.
that. Conjuring 2 did.
Oh,
Will
yeah,
and
we
I
saw
went.
The
We
Nun.
all. Oh my god.
That was so bad.
Dude, the Nun.
The
did you
Nun
guys
was
see
really
The Nun?
bad.
I mean,
It
if
was
you
so
haven't-
good.
I didn't wanna
love
see
that.
that.
It was like all lantern play.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, how tired are their arms?
the movie, it was just like, I was like, is the director
I
like
can't
obsessed
imagine
with lanterns?
the casting.
That's
Like,
so,
okay,
weird.
stand over there like this.
Hold
Yeah.
it for 2 hours.
She's it. We got it.
Can you hold 10
Beautiful.
pounds?
Yeah, that movie like ended. I was like, did we just watch an hour and a half movie about lanterns?
I
Are we in the Nun? It's the
Yeah.
Lanterns.
I mean, we'll go watch a really shitty movie. We don't even care. It's like if it's a scary movie, like let's go watch it in
Gotti
theaters.
is the best person to watch scary movies with
She
because
gets so
she
scared.
does this thing where like she'll like hold her face, but then she's like watching like through this like little hole. Well, or sometimes like one time she like got a napkin and she like
What
tore
movie was that?
for
Oh my God.
Annabelle.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
I like
know.
look over and Gotti has like a napkin and she's like watching it through the napkin. I'm like, what? Why are you even here right now? What are we
Because
Oh my
doing?
if you
gosh.
tunnel into one spot, it's not as
Yes.
effective. You know,
Wow.
so like if it's scary, at least it's a little scary rather than like giant scary. You know? Just saying, everybody who's scared of those things, you should try
And
it.
napkin full of
Gotti,
pop,
that
full
should
of
be your
popcorn
new thing that you
butter.
do. You just sell like your own style of napkins, different designs.
Scary
I
movie
mean,
napkin.
would you like
You
this
should,
Gotti edition napkin?
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
if
gonna
you
sell
walk in a
those
theater
new
and
Sunbuzzed
everyone's
merch.
like that, you know
New
where it came
Sunbuzzed
from.
merch.
You
Patent
still
that.
want to watch
Sponsor
the scary
us.
movies, but you're scared.
Sponsor us.
Dude, yeah,
That's
I get scared, but I'll watch it. But then that's why at night I'm like, I want to leave the lamp on for a I'm scared.
That's great.
What's y'all's scary movie? Your favorite?
Yeah, enough about us.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah.
I love movies, but I don't watch scary movies. I don't. Maybe it's because my parents wouldn't let me
Respect
watch
that.
scary movies growing up.
Oh yeah, my parents.
Yeah, God
The
doesn't
Witch
like
is
scary
really
movies.
good.
He gets scared too.
God is a scary movie.
God has his own napkin.
That's how he watches
know
the
what?
world burn.
He's just like, oh no.
He's like, watch
Oh,
it
no.
down.
I don't
Oh,
like
no.
it.
He's tunneling
Oh,
into
no.
one tiny
It doesn't
people.
look as much as a hellhole.
It's not that down there, is it?
Oh God, they're the
I
worst.
Oh my God.
Dude, honestly,
Great.
that is hilarious. God has his own napkin.
That speaks
Oh
on so
my
many
God.
It
levels.
explains a lot. It explains a lot. If you think about it.
Yeah, damn.
Well,
That was a whole circle
So
back.
yeah, that was the that's the best way to end it. So we're just gonna call it quits.
We're gonna call this one God's napkin.
Yes, God's
That would be the
napkin.
name of it. Social media, Sunbuzzed.
Yeah.
Sunbuzzed,
Everything.
Instagram,
Yep, just-
Instagram,
We don't have a
Facebook.
Twitter though, Lo. That's your job. You tweet it up.
Gotta
It's gonna be
tweet.
like
I'm gonna
hella-
ghostwrite all the
Yeah.
tweets.
Yeah.
Super political.
We're on Instagram.
I just start
Spotify,
fights with everybody.
Spotify.
Oh yeah, we're on all
Uh,
streaming.
Facebook, Bandcamp, as
Smash that
always.
subscribe button.
Boom.
Yeah. We're starting a YouTube channel. We're gonna start doing
Don't
hauls.
Very
forget
nice.
to subscribe and like this video.
I know, right? That's like the typical little.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, welcome to my video.
guys.
Welcome to my channel.
I'm using a Mac 20 brush.
Yeah.
MacBook 20.
And then zoom in and go like this.
Oh yeah, can we do
A
that with our
Fender
CD?
special edition
Yeah.
cable.
Go.
Do the zoom in.
The Fenty
Can you see
edition.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Sorry if I'm being weird today. I was sick this week, so spent a good 10 minutes talking about how you're sick. Oh my god, move on already.
That's literally been this whole interview.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you ask us one question and it takes like 10 minutes to answer.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Because then we get the napkin.
That's how we got to the napkin,
It all
rounding
goes
back.
So we rehearsed this really well, you guys. Good job.
Yeah.
We planned
This
this
is all
out.
scripted.
Yes.
Nothing is real.
And you
Yes.
guys are gonna play some tunes for us.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear that. Thank you for coming out.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
Yeah,
us.
thank
This is
you.
fun,
Great,
guys.
great,
I'm
great.
excited. Sunbuzz, new album this year,
Go check 'em
tour. I don't know why I'm doing this. See you later.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Tanner's dying the whole interview trying not to laugh.